Trey, the whole reason we've brought this webinar together is because we're getting close to that time where if you have not put a holiday store up, you might have missed the boat. What do we mean by holiday store? It's really any sort of team or spirit store that you might put up in your team uniform orders dashboard that would be used to sell spirit wear, hats, water bottles, cell phone cases, all of these interesting products that are not necessarily going to be functional, not necessarily part of what the school or team might use during the season, but things that might be in support of the fans, the parents, and just everybody that supports that organization. Okay. So we're hosting this webinar to kind of show you the easy ways that our platform allows you to relaunch stores, as well as to market the stores that you might have set up for this purpose. And all in all, just to reinforce that you should be thinking about this if you're not already.
Yeah, we definitely want to make sure you're aware of the amount of customer data that you have and how useful it can be for marketing back out to all these different customers.
Absolutely. There's a wealth of data embedded in your dashboard. Main thing we want to talk about is how easy it is to create these stores, from setting up a template to using the product library and even some of our helpful features like cloning and relaunching. Lee's going to lead us off talking about the idea of building out a template for yourself that you might be able to use for this purpose.
Yeah, of course. So we would recommend that you build kind of a launch off point for yourself, setting up a template store with your most selling products, and it for future reference, it will make building future stores a lot easier, a lot quicker. It can all be done just by simply cloning the store, which we'll get into later.
And so we've actually pulled together an example of a template store that we'd like to show you quickly, something that you might be able to assemble in your dashboard that will help you speed up the process. So now we've kind of got two purposes here because we're also showing off some of our exclusive holiday merchandise. So what we've built here is an example of fanware type items that you might include in some of your stores. And in this case, we built this out with the intention of cloning it for other organizations. If we had a soccer club, we can brand it for the soccer club, update the images appropriately, but for the most part, 99% of the work is already done. Have you ever considered creating like a template store of sorts that you might use as you go into your sales process?
Yes, most definitely. From what I think I gathered from this, you're saying the commonly used, let's just say if it's a Gildan G2000, if you use that in many stores, you can already have that preloaded on there with different color options, and you could go in and work on that, right? Is that correct?
You got it. So what we're recommending, and this is just a best practice, certainly not a rule, is to, if you've got the time, build out a store that's your example of good. So all of your descriptions are on point. Your color options are fully fledged out. This way, when either you're trying to preview this to a customer in maybe a sales situation where you want to show them what TUO is like and what Grayson Sports can bring to TUO, you've got a live example. But then also when it comes time to bring a new organization into the Team Uniform Orders dashboard, all you have to do is use our clone feature or duplicate catalog or import catalog features to not even have to rebuild anything. All you'd have to do is update images and your descriptions. Jumping off of that, we wanted to talk about product libraries that are built into your dashboard already. Do you have any experience with the product libraries, Trey?
I do. I noticed you guys do not, I think I talked to Lee about this. There's not anything, or there wasn't anything of New Balance in there, and we're getting ready to build a pretty big New Balance store for the high school up here.
Got it. Well, in regards to brands that may or may not be a part of our library, just to throw it out there, we are more than willing to add any brands, styles, or SKUs that you might find beneficial. So if you have identified that New Balance is going to be important to you this season and maybe even in the future, general styles or collections that we're thinking we might use all the time, can you consider adding these to the product library? We'd be more than happy to do the research and find the style numbers and SKUs and get them added in for you.
And that would just take an email to one of you all, to either Lee or you, Derek?
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need, and we're here to support you. Now, beyond the TUO product library, you also have the value of the My Product library. Now, the My Product library works by basically collecting every product that you've built within all of your stores into a single location. You can then quickly and easily filter by catalog, name, or SKU to find exactly the product that you're looking for. And with just a click of a button, you can add an existing product right to your store. So if we relate this back to the template store idea, if you build out a store with 5, 10, 15, 20 products that are most commonly used in all of your sales situations, you can then come in here and choose that catalog in the drop down and pull open all of those products that were pre-built with great descriptions, colors, sizes, etc., and copy it over to your new stores with a few clicks of a button.
You would recommend basically making a sample store and really flesh it out and get everything exactly how you'd want it, and then pull from that store some commonly used items.
Absolutely. I mean, this is an ideal situation we're talking about in which you've got that time to build out a store that's not going live. It is certainly a way of being more prepared, and it will save you time in the long run. So now Lee's going to show you, once you've actually got your stores built, what are the easy ways to create new versions of them, as well as potentially even pull in entire catalogs to your stores.
It is very easy to clone a store. As far as a spirit store, you have this option right here, clone. It will copy all of the store settings and all of the product details. And this is where having a template store would be very handy, because it would directly copy that template store and let you create a brand new store from scratch, essentially.
Now, one of the things we want to highlight, and it has been a little bit of some questions come in from it, but what do we mean by public store, no authentication required? And that's just like when you're building your regular spirit store. If that box is checked, you can create a URL that will be used for the store, so that store can then be shared to just about anyone or embedded in a website. If you uncheck that box, then you would put in a username and password, so this store would be considered like semi-private. So you would have to share a username password in order for the store to be accessed. Now, with a quick click of this button, we're going to create a full new version of the store that's going to include every product as well as any of the store settings will also be copied over. So beyond holiday stores, this is also very beneficial as you go from fall to spring, spring to summer, etc., because you might be using 75% of the products from your last store for that organization. And in that case, then if you copy it over, you can make your small modifications and add a couple of new products and take the store live in a relatively short amount of time. Have you guys been thinking at all about holiday stores? And have you done anything like this in the past?
We've never done anything like that in the past, but I think probably in the next 4 days we're going to open up a store, probably for about 2 weeks maybe. And then it probably won't be considered a holiday store, because it'll be after that, I would assume. But yeah, we're thinking about opening up a holiday store.
And more so than anything, we just want to get your mindset into that realm, because you've got these organizations and these parents and players that are interested in you as a dealer and interested in the products that you've offered. And so finding ways to bring new products to market, such as our cell phone cases, which we featured in the first template store, our water bottles, etc. Those are new, interesting ways to engage your customer and potentially get them interested in purchasing more product from you. So what we're going to talk about now is quick and easy ways to use the data in your platform, in your TUO dashboard, to market customers. So there is a wealth of data and information already embedded that you've received either from your customers' orders or from your rosters associated with your club and team stores. And we make it extremely easy to remarket those customers, whether you're sending out a new store link or whether or not you're just giving them an offer to come into your store and shop.
Yeah, and an example of a good feature to do, those things is the send notice option that you have on your dashboard, and that will allow you to, send an email, a mass email out to all of your customers that have, transacted in your stores. Since it automatically captures all of those emails, you can remarket to them.
And we've actually got a good example of a notice that you might send out to market a holiday store, for instance, in follow-up to your team ordering season. Trey, have you seen this feature before, send notice?
I haven't. I tried to send something and it wouldn't let me send.
What did it say?
I can't remember. This was the very first store that we had closed after all the orders were fulfilled, and I got on here and I tried to send an email to tell everybody that their stuff was here to pick up, and it wouldn't send. So I ended up going through what's the best way how to describe this? Where you click on their order number when you click on the team store that has their order number beside of it. So I ended up going to every single person and getting their phone number that way and calling.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about that again offline to try to figure out what issue you might have encountered.
Got you.
But ideally, the send notice feature, which is the fourth tab in at the top of your dashboard, is a feature designed to let you target a specific group of customers, whether it's customers that have shopped in a store before or whether it's simply a roster of players that are embedded in one of your club stores. But then we give you formatting options for that message, and we also allow you to embed hyperlinks directly in that message. So in this example, we're letting the customers know that we're launching a brand new store for them in the spirit of the holidays, and we're actually including the store link right near the bottom of that email. So in this case, we can select everybody that shopped in the Atlanta Silverbacks store, and then we can send them out a system-generated email with a new link for the next store that we're offering. And all send notices will actually get saved in the platform. So Lee, if you scroll down slightly, you could show them the history of the message that we had actually sent. And so we sent one a little bit earlier today with that same exact message, and it shows all of the details associated with that. So there's some pretty good tracking built in as well. Now, another way to go right ahead, were you saying that would be useful?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's no problem. There's a little bit of a delay with the GoToMeeting, so I do apologize for that. Another way to communicate with your customers, but more on an individual level, is actually using our order status tracking feature. So this can be found in your profile. So if you click on the little person icon at the top of your dashboard, and in this feature, we actually allow you to create and manage different status steps for all orders in the dashboard. And you'll see in this case, we've got this set up for pretty much our standard practices. We've got processing, customization, ready for pickup, shipping, etc. But our idea, something that at least is worth considering, is adding a new status at the very end of the whole process. And that new status could either be a thank you status or maybe a holiday savings status. In doing so, you then give yourself the ability to proactively reach out to any individual customer with a custom message through the platform. So if you check the send email notification option that's right below the name of this status, you'll then enable dealer notes to be included in this status update. So this is best used for sending out individual messages because you can sort all of your orders by several variables, whether it's the date it was placed, whether it's the store it's a part of, and even coming soon, whether it's the product that they ordered. So you can target your customers with even more accuracy. And then you can send out a message such as a 10% off coupon code for use in your retail store, or a new store link for a new product offering that you guys are bringing to the table. Very flexible.
Yeah, and another way that you can essentially gather the data for all of your different customers, you can create custom reports based on the stores, where you can create essentially customer email lists. So you can very easily edit the full report and generate a list of emails with that.
And with our reporting, we do allow you to export all of the data in two different formats, either PDF or Excel. Now, if you are going to use this, what's that?
The phone numbers don't get transferred over to PDF or Excel, do they?
They could. They very well could. It's no problem. What Lee is demonstrating here is updating this report to include another column of data. So you actually have total control over the data that's displayed in dynamic reporting when modifying the full report. So now we're including customer full name, customer email, and customer phone number, and it all can be exported easily via Excel and then imported into like a Constant Contact or a MailChimp or any other services that you might use for your retail marketing. Now, let me ask you, what type of methods do you guys normally use to market either your business as a whole or to market your online stores through TUO. Are there any specific services that you use that you want to give us some feedback on?
We don't use anything specifically. Usually the coaches are the ones that try to market it. We'll put it on Facebook, stuff like that. But to market the stores, that's about as far as that we go.
Well, part of this discussion is to more so just make you aware of the fact that your data is easily accessible. So as you can see, when we customize that full report, you can generate customer name, email, phone number into an Excel file in a few clicks. So, starting up an email database or a marketing program in order to lead campaigns in the future is very attainable using the data that's collected through the TUO dashboard. And then, of course, as we showed with our send notice feature and order status tracking feature, you don't even have to leave the TUO dashboard if you don't want. You can do some of that email marketing directly within. You had actually mentioned Facebook and social media, and that's actually the next subject that we're going to talk about. In the platform, we make it easy to share stores and view stores across a multitude of devices and platforms. We are one of the only platforms that allows you to actually embed a store within Facebook, and nearly all of our stores have the ability to be shared and liked directly from the storefront. Now, one thing, you may not know this, but statistics are showing that over 50% of shoppers, if not even more, are doing all of their e-commerce shopping using a mobile device. Now, all of our storefronts are 100% mobile enabled. Have you used this feature before, Trey?
Yes, I have. I enable it on every single store, and I've walked somebody through how to order on mobile as well.
So we're just going to briefly just show a quick example of what the mobile looks like for those that haven't seen it before. Simplified, very utilitarian, but very effective at the same time. So the shopping cart icon is embedded in the upper right-hand corner, and that will stay with you as you scroll and even swipe through the images that are available for all of your individual products. And just like with all of TUO, we're always looking to improve, so any feedback is appreciated on our mobile site as well as our main dashboard as well.
Yeah, that looks a little bit different than what I was used to, but I think it's probably because of the color options. I think that's probably why. And your descriptions are a lot different than what mine were. Got
it. Well, we did make some improvements to it over the summer, so it's possible that maybe the last time you've seen it, it's changed a little bit. So, Lee, do you want to talk about the storefront integration of Facebook?
Yeah, so we also, as you may know, Trey, we allow you to embed the store onto a Facebook fan page as well. So let me go ahead and show you an example of that. So here's an example of the second level of integration that we support, which is the ability to tie one of your Spirit stores to a Facebook fan page. So it's actually directly shoppable, and the customers can shop as normal through Facebook.
Beyond Facebook store integration, we also allow you to share and like easily from almost any store in our platform. So we've actually got pulled up an example of how that feature works.
Yeah, so it's right here on the right in the shopping cart area. And, of course, the shoppers can share this directly on their Facebook timeline, and they can send it as a message as well.
And when you use that feature, what it will do is it will take the first product image listed in your store. So keep that in mind, because if you've got a really great product that's very marketable, you might want to put it as the first product in your store so that when your customers go to share it, that will be the one that gets dropped onto Facebook.
So put your best first.
Put your best first. You got it. Now, the text that's included with that feature is also going to be the store introduction text. So whatever you have entered into the introduction of the store, that's what's going to get copied over to the main body of the post. So the next topic we want to talk about is kind of a little bit more outside of the box, to be honest with you. And this is advanced sales techniques that can be implemented within any store. And we're talking about coupon codes, we're talking about promotional shipping, and then the last of those is our PDF flyer feature, which is just a more interesting way to share out your stores.
Okay, I've done the flyers multiple times so far.
Okay, that's great. So Lee's going to talk first about our discount feature and some of the best ways to use that.
Yeah, and so, of course, it's going to default to no discount up here, but you can turn on either a flat discount or a percentage discount. And what that will allow you to do is, of course, apply the amount based on, maybe a minimum purchase or maybe just, them accessing the store, they automatically get a discount that could be a part of the store promotion, and you can include any kind of discount message as well. But this would be the area where you would enable that.
And what's really cool about the discounts is that they're very flexible. So not only can you do, dollar and percentage, but you also can limit the discounts to only be applicable if they spend a certain amount. So we've got minimum purchase amount required to apply the discount. It's the second box right above the discount text. So if you wanted to say give $5 off a $50 order, that's achievable in the platform. If you want to instead tie this up with a coupon code so that only certain customers can receive a discount, totally achievable. And then finally, you get to limit the overall amount of discounts that can be redeemed if you needed to. Say, first 10 customers can get $5 off. First 100 customers can get $10 off, whatever it may be. Now, one of the interesting ways, awesome. One of the interesting ways that this can be used as well is to tie this feature into your custom text for receipt. Trey, have you guys used the custom text for receipt in the past? It's the last option at the bottom of your store when you first set it up.
Yes. We always put come into the store to receive 10% off your next purchase.
Perfect. So you guys already have the idea locked down. That's great. So Lee's got a perfect example of how you can also use that to promote secondary purchases, because he had embedded a coupon code in the bottom of this store so that on their receipt, they're going to have a new coupon code that's going to promote them to go back to the store and buy again. So just another interesting way to try to promote repeat customers. Okay, the other feature we want to talk about is tiered shipping and the idea of offering out free shipping. In this store, we have all three delivery options available. However, what we want to focus on is range-based shipping. And do you guys ever do shipping?
Not unless we did. In the 3 or 4 stores that we've done, we only shipped one, and that's because the lady was in Florida and we had to. But other than that, it's either a pickup or bulk delivery.
Got it. Well, several of our customers do utilize shipping, and it's in fact becoming more and more common, mostly because the distribution process of those team managers to all of the players, especially in the larger organizations, can sometimes cause some headaches. Everybody is at least considering this going forward as doing direct to customer shipping. And tying this together with our UPS integration that we launched over the summer, it just makes for a very smooth and easy process for those that are willing to do it. But now, if you go to almost any website out there this time of year, you're going to see free shipping promotions across the board. Spend a certain dollar amount and receive free shipping. Would you agree?
Yes.
So, good thing is, using the tiered shipping built into Teamuniformorders, you can achieve that same level of discount and service. So in this case, we've got it set up that all orders over $100 would be free. But once you spend less than that, the shipping rate would be variable. So rather than giving shipping away for free just for the sake of it, you actually can say you've got to spend a minimum of $100, for instance, in order to even consider that or receive it. Now, if you were to offer this feature, though, you want to make sure that you call this out either in your store introduction or in your generic bulletin, so that it's very clear to your customer that this is a promotion that's going on at this time.
Right.
And so next, we wanted to share another way that you could potentially be sharing these stores. You may be aware of this feature, but we do have a PDF flyer generator for each store that you set up, where you can tie the different products and they'll display on the flyer. And your customers can easily access the store through this QR scannable code, as well as through this shortened version of the store link.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Trey, you said you've used PDF flyers in the past. Am I correct?
Yeah, we posted them up in the middle schools, high schools, and we sent them home with in every shoebox that the team ordered. We put them in the shoebox.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you think that they had a positive effect on your sales?
On one specifically, yes, very much so. It went from, I think, like $40 to $500. So after we did that,
that's great.
I think it did help a lot.
That's great. That's good to hear. We have received feedback on the flyers, and we do plan on making them more capable in the future as well, just to put a side note out there. But off the bat, it seems to be a very successful feature, and we're excited for more and more users to take advantage of it. Are you guys doing anything in your retail stores this holiday season in terms of promotions or sales that may translate into online stores?
Not anything specifically. It's a long story, but yes, but not. Yeah, just say yes.
Yes. So you're aware of the power of this season, right? In the fact that if you do some sort of incentive and promotion, that typically it can increase your sales, right?
Well, it was our 40th anniversary, and we had a 40% off sale. And then since then, we've been giving out locker cards to people that they can get a percentage off purchase, and that's really helped out a lot too.
But because it's more of like a store card, it's probably a little more difficult to translate into a Team Uniform Orders discount, right?
Yes.
Now, one idea, very specific to your organization, but just one idea, since you guys probably have not used the discount coupon codes regularly, you could theoretically embed a coupon code into your locker card and then make sure when you build out any of your stores that maybe would be eligible for that coupon, you could set that discount up in those stores. Not only would your customers be able to get an in-store discount with that locker card, but then potentially when they're on your TUO websites buying spiritware, that code would already be embedded because that's something you guys do by standard. And then that might be a 5% additional savings on their next team order.
Mm-hmm. That'd be good.
So again, the whole purpose of this conversation is a little bit of outside of the box thinking, trying to use the tools that are in front of you to leverage, additional sales. So now we're going to jump over to our final slide, our final subject, which is a little bit more best practices and in general just ways that you can manage your customers' expectations this time of year. We'll start off with the importance of accurate information embedded into your stores, whether that's your introduction text, generic bulletin, fulfillment message, or even your text for receipt. All of those details are an opportunity to effectively communicate with your customers. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull open a store that we believe has a great introduction text / bulletin. So you can see here, this is that merchandise program that we referenced earlier in this session. But what's great about the bulletin over your standard introduction is that it actually supports formatting. So you'll notice that we've, in a way, got like a bulleted list featured here. We've got bold, different font, and we even have phone numbers and things like that embedded in here, called out more specifically. Now, as we scroll down, you'll see that there's a 2 to 3 week fulfillment, and you'll also notice that nearly all of our products have fully fleshed out descriptions. So all of that plays together to provide your customer the best possible experience when they're shopping the store, all while staying as transparent as possible to make them understand when they can expect to receive their product.
Yeah, and so the next thing we wanted to show regarding the closed store message, first off, where to set that up, but also explain a little bit about what that is. It's going to give you the ability to automatically let your customers know that are trying to access, one of these closed stores, give them the best information that they can to either contact you, whether it's through a phone number or an email, or to be even redirected to maybe a late order store.
Yeah, have you seen this field before when you've built out your stores, Trey?
Yeah, I always put our phone number in, and if they have any questions about ordering, I tell them to ask for me.
Great. So I think that's a perfect mindset, because you've got to think about it from your customer's perspective for a moment. And if they're trying to access this store after the date has closed, they most likely have a credit card handy and they're getting ready to purchase. Now, if they receive the message that the store is closed, but they don't have any sort of way to contact you, you may be leaving a sale on the table. Additionally, by speaking with that customer, you really never know what could come out of it. It could be, one of the parents that's involved in maybe a fundraiser type event for the organization. They were thinking about buying some extra products to give out during that event. Maybe you now can sponsor that whole event and provide products for it. So you really never know what can come from it, but we highly, highly recommend making sure that you put contact information in your closed store message so that you never leave someone with a credit card in hand and no way to reach you. the last of the features that I think is absolutely probably the most important thing that we're talking about today is order fulfillment, and actually using this feature to keep your customers informed throughout November and December to make sure that they're aware of where their products are, and that if there are any issues or back orders, that you can effectively communicate to them in a timely fashion. So have you ever used order fulfillment in your dashboard, Trey?
No, I do not think that I have.
So we talked about this a couple slides back when in regards to creating a custom status. Beyond just a custom status, you might want to use this for even processing and delivery type situations. So using the order fulfillment screen, you're able to quickly and easily filter and select almost any order from any store. And then with a quick drop down, you can easily assign a customizable status to that order and include a dealer note. So beyond using this for promotional purposes, you really can use this feature to be proactive and let your customers know when their products are available for pickup, or when they can expect it to be under the Christmas tree. All in all, keeping your customers happier during probably the most stressful time of the year from a retail standpoint, and keeping your reputation as high as possible because you're being proactive to communicate with them. So in this case, Lee's giving you an example of updating all of these orders to shipping. Now, of course, you can select one at a time. You can select any combination of that. And you can even do a date filter and search years back if need be. This is a very, very powerful filter built into the platform. So do you guys ever get that where customers are calling you, checking in on their orders, wondering when can I expect to receive my products?
Surprisingly, we only got one person who called a lot.
You might be one of the only people in the country that can say that.
Yeah, well, the one person called many times, but other than that, we explained to the coaches that 2 weeks, we got it in 2 weeks, and they had it.
That's great. So would you say that you set up your stores with like very straightforward fulfillment information, and then you guys just simply followed up on that in a timely fashion so that your customers' expectations were met and or exceeded?
We try, at least.
Obviously, that's the goal for all of us. So it's great, encouraging to hear that you guys had such a positive experience with it. Well, that's about it for the features that we wanted to discuss today. As always, we are available. Our contact information is here. Both Lee and myself really take pride in the individual sessions that we're able to have with our dealer users on a daily and weekly basis. So if there's ever a time when you're working in the platform and you think to yourself, man, I just don't know if I know how to use this as well as I should, please reach out to us, because we're always willing and available to get on individual sessions to take your TUO knowledge to the next level. Thank you very much, Trey. We appreciate you taking the time, and you're a brave soldier for being the only one on this call with us today.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you guys very much.